to another video with Philip, and so we're gonna play YouTube Live 2 out now, and it's actually the old YouTube Live, cause the new one I think I can't see it now, but I think the older one I didn't play. I played only this. So yeah, we're gonna play this the game. Say, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you watch my other videos, then you know that my videos are not the best, but fun. So yeah, let's start. Get in the game. Okay, now we're loading. Person life. So yeah, I have 6.2 trillion, 44 billion, and 175 diamonds. Yeah, there's so much. I'm gonna open the free chest. Disco flower. That's gonna be. I don't think I need it. We'll try it. Well, look. I don't have any play buttons. Look how much I have. You guys? I'm a pro at this game. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this. Upgrade streaming. Now energy. Now fun. Oh, there. Bruh. No, I don't want. Great. I'm sure one. Alright, guys. I'm going to go here. Going to record. Read this record. Where says what? Cut. Bruh. Holy bruh, oh my gosh. Right. Hey guys, I'm gonna show my face at 800 subscribers. I'm saying that an 8 if you can see my voice and on my character. If you didn't see the other video, please say W that in the comments, because he helped me with everything, and that's a W. So yeah, we're going to do this best of them. Okay. Huh? Why the shopping? No. Upgrades. Secret engine. Oh my god. But it's 2025. Problem. 2024. Okay. Oh, I'm going to more games than this, no? Guys? No? If you want to see pilot trainings that's later, then comment, okay, guys? So I know that you want to see things, okay? I'm going to pick one. I picked this. Tornado simulator. Whoops. Nah. Gonna wet something. Oopsie. Oopsie. No. Can't see my thumb. Oh, okay.
In meinem Legoland spiele ich den ganzen Tag mit mächtigen Drachen und mit superschnellen Ninjago-Meistern. Und ins Bett segle ich auf einem Piratenschiff.
Okay, we're gonna do some dumb kids. Really.
Alright, here's the deal. You're being charged for murder.
This is 37-year-old Nicole Woodard. Just 48 hours ago, police discovered her husband, Daniel Rayburn, brutally beaten and deceased in the yard of his own home.
Neighbors said that they heard some subjects arguing and possibly one gunshot last night.
At first, detectives believed this tragedy was the result of a robbery, but they would be horribly wrong. As the weeks-long investigation began, detectives would uncover a toxic relationship and a twisted conspiracy with Nicole at the very center of it all.
Your DNA's gonna be on that gun. Now's the time you need to tell me, because there's not gonna be another opportunity.
Oh my god. 24 officers in Dublin,
On July
Georgia,
4th, officers in Dublin, Georgia received a disturbing call. A passing motorcyclist reported seeing a motionless body on the front lawn of a nearby house and urgently requested a welfare check. When first responders arrived at the scene, it quickly became clear the man was already beyond saving.
How y'all doing? The blood come across his arm right there.
Oh my God.
He was attacked or shot or something.
As first responders took a closer look, the disturbing condition of the man's body became clear. His skin was covered in bruises, insects crawled across his face, and most troubling, a gunshot wound was clearly visible at the back of his head. Even more telling was the stiffness of his body, clearly indicating he'd been dead for several hours. To the officers on scene, one thing was immediately clear. This was a homicide, and they needed to figure out who this man was and why he was so brutally killed. Luckily, it wouldn't take long before officers began uncovering crucial details.
Do we even know his name, do we?
Yeah, we ran it. That's as far as that.
Okay.
We haven't positively identified him.
26 radio. Off that 28 that was ran at this location, we'll come back to.
26 that come back to a Daniel Rayburn. That one has Eagle ballpark address.
The victim was quickly identified as Daniel Rayburn, a 40-year-old father and the homeowner himself. With this in mind, officers would approach Daniel's neighbors, who would reveal information that would prove crucial to solving this case later on.
26 radio 09 declared.
I'm so sorry. Have y'all been home all day?
Been to the grocery store.
Have y'all heard anything over there?
No.
Like today?
Who live by herself, or do you know?
A lady lives there.
Lady lives there.
There's a man deceased in her yard.
He what?
Yeah, he's dead right there.
In her yard?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Is he black? Daughter said
Somebody arguing
last night.
That's not.
He said, who you calling her? Call me another one. She said, Mom, it wasn't firecrackers. She said it was a gun.
Come here. You see his body?
I'm talking about right here near the court.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
Lady lives there with him.
Man, that's the same lady that came.
She said her name is Nicole.
Nicole,
Yeah.
is she younger, older, or?
She's younger than us. So I'm 43, so she might be in her early 30s, early to mid 30s. Who found him?
Some passerbys just come by. He's been there for a while.
I got you on the
Neighbor across the road heard some arguments over here, and about 1 a.m. heard one shot. There's supposed to be a female that resides here by the name of Nicole. White female.
You know,
See if she's inside.
yes. We'll knock on the door and then see if it's unlocked. We can see, can we do a welfare check?
Officers didn't know who Nicole was yet, but she would become a very familiar figure over the coming days.
Okay.
Without wasting any time, officers moved to search Daniel's home, and what they would find inside
Daniel.
would soon blow the case wide open. But before we continue, it's worth
FBI.
noting that situations like these can be extremely distressing, not only for those directly involved, but also for anyone following along at home, just like you. If you've ever felt that you need help with mental health, you should know that there are always people you can reach out to. That's why I'd like to thank BetterHelp, the sponsor of today's video. I've partnered with them to help provide you with an easy and simple solution to therapy. Therapy has helped me overcome my anxiety, manage my stress levels, and become confident enough to build a team that helped grow this channel into over 2 million subscribers. Thank you guys so
And
much, by
guys,
the way.
to get 100 subscribers, I'm leaving my face, and we gotta be the best channel. Not the best in the world, but the best channel from the beginning. So make sure that happens today.
This problem I found with therapy is that you usually have to go through a lot of therapists before finding the one that's right for you. BetterHelp makes this easy. With their 30,000 licensed therapists, BetterHelp will match you with someone who understands your needs the best and gives you a safe space to talk. And if it's not right the first time, you can switch therapists as many times as you want. No hard feelings. So if you're struggling, consider joining BetterHelp. Start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/DrInsanity and get 10% off your first month of therapy. With that said, let's get back to the investigation. Officers were about to search Daniel's home, aware there could be another victim or even someone dangerous hiding inside.
Says the door locked. Unlocked. Police department. Police department. So, female's gone. You got a female now? Clear.
All we know is it's a white female by the name of Nicole. Right here. Nicole Woodard.
Fortunately for officers, the house turned out to be empty, with no visible signs of violence or struggle inside. However, they did uncover one crucial clue, a letter revealing Nicole's full identity, Brenda Lee Nicole Woodard, Daniel's wife. This discovery immediately opened up new leads for investigators, but officers were about to catch another clue. One of the paramedics on the scene would recall encountering a woman with the exact same name just hours earlier.
What y'all know about it?
I don't think the neighbor's saying that they heard subjects arguing last night and possible one gunshot.
Ain't seen it for you.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to be a white female staying with them. First name by Nicole. We went in and cleared it. Nobody ain't in there, but it's a letter in there with her name on a piece of paper with Nicole Woodard on it.
That name, we just picked up a person at Applebee's with the same name, 37 years old.
Had a seizure, thrown up.
According to the paramedic, 37-year-old Brenda Lee Nicole Woodard had been working at a nearby Applebee's when she suffered a seizure and was rushed to the ER earlier that day. To detectives, this timing felt a little too convenient. Nicole's medical emergency occurred just hours after Daniel's brutal murder, potentially giving her an alibi to distance herself from the crime. If this was, in fact, Nicole's plan, it would have worked out.
I just did that.
Officers were now able to easily locate her at the hospital and question her regarding the actions leading up to Daniel's death. Since her injuries were minor, she was quickly transferred to the station for questioning.
Did he have any friends that came over to visit?
Once in a blue moon, we'd go over and hang out with Tim and Sylvia, but we hadn't seen them in a couple of months.
But other than that, you can't tell me anything else that you might know. Because he was out in the yard when he was found in the yard this afternoon before they called, about the after they called you. He was found out in the yard.
Nobody called me.
I mean, how did they get in contact with you?
The officer showed up at the hospital while I was at the hospital.
Well, I'm saying you got in contact. They got in contact with you at the hospital. Okay. So, other than that, you hadn't seen him none before that.
I hadn't seen him at all today.
Even though Nicole insisted she had no idea what happened to Daniel that night, her demeanor told the detective a different story. Her shaky voice and uneven answers indicated extreme nervousness. She seemed on edge, uncomfortable, and far from natural. These subtle cues could mean one of two things. Either Nicole was genuinely shocked to learn that Daniel was killed, or she was hiding something. This detective strongly suspected the latter and intended to find out exactly what Nicole was holding back.
And you don't know anybody that might have been he'd had problems with or was giving him problems, anything like that? No. How was he on the job? I mean, he had problems on the job, anything like that? That you know of? I mean, we don't know if anybody actually done anything to him or whether he might have just fell and passed out or whatever. That's why I asked you how much did he drink last night.
I don't know.
Well, you said you drank a bottle.
I was drinking last night.
What was he drinking?
He was drinking beer, sir.
Has he ever drunk alcohol to the point where he would fall out?
Yes, I told you. But he hadn't drank like that since. I mean, he might drink 2 or 3.
Well, that's all. That's it. Is there anything that you can tell him?
According to Nicole, she and Daniel had been drinking the night before when a verbal argument escalated into a physical altercation. However, she still insisted that he was alive and well when she left. Ultimately, detectives weren't able to get any useful information from Nicole and had no choice but to let her go. However, unbeknownst to Nicole, this was only the beginning of a very long week. Back at the crime scene, officers continued collecting evidence to determine who had been at the home at around 1 a.m. Now, with a search warrant in hand, officers moved into Daniel's home, hoping it would hold the evidence they desperately needed.
Why lock this door back?
I know the pastor out there, Danny, he said he's been counseling them.
He's been having a problem with us. He said that he told him that we were good.
Looks like she putting her stuff out.
Yeah, that's why I ain't seen no female stuff in there.
They got listed as leggings.
None was in here.
It's got listed as
But either way, shorts and capris, leggings, comfort fits, pants. Like I said, the place ain't tore, ain't no blood nowhere, except out there.
Unfortunately for officers, no evidence was found inside the home. With that in mind, officers expanded their search to the property outside, and that's when they made a critical discovery.
Hey, Cor, did I pick the dread? Yeah. Down early.
A severed dreadlock was found just feet away from where Daniel was killed. The hair clearly didn't match Daniel or Nicole's hair type, confirming that someone else besides Nicole was present that night. Detectives now needed to identify who this unknown person was and figure out if Nicole might know who he is. But while detectives were finishing up their search at Daniel's home, his family arrived at the scene, and officers had to break the tragic news.
How's it go? Can I help y'all with something? Yeah, this is my son. Hey, Mr. Dan. How's it going? Going all right? Yeah, I remember you, but I can't remember your name right now. Matthew Allwell. We had passed by, see somebody laying down, and they called me out here, and that's when I seen him. Was he married or anything? He was living with a woman. What was that woman's name? Is that Nicole Water? What to call poison bitch. Excuse me.
Although the family's comments about Nicole were somewhat vague, one thing became clear. Daniel and Nicole likely had a deeply troubled relationship, but suspicions alone weren't enough, and officers needed solid evidence if they were going to identify Daniel's killer. Before wrapping up for the day, investigators would review surveillance footage from the neighbors across the street and spotted Nicole leaving in her dad's car earlier that morning. Additionally, when police analyzed Nicole's phone records, they discovered that she had placed a call shortly before Daniel's murder. With suspicions now firmly centered on Nicole, investigators began questioning her acquaintances to find out what they knew about her troubled, deteriorating relationship with Daniel and potential involvement in his death. That's when they first heard the name Misty Edge, a friend of Nicole's who, as it turned out, had received a visit from her just hours after the murder.
Chyba żartuję.
Nie.
Wow!
They ain't gonna buy it, are they?
No, they
Get
ain't.
'em up.
I told John them
Alright.
for real. Hang on just a second.
How are you?
I'm good.
This is Misty Edge, Nicole's friend and co-worker. She reached out to police, claiming Nicole had shown up at her house early the previous morning, acting strangely and carrying several bags. When detectives arrived at Misty's house, they never expected the shocking details she was about to share.
Okay, well, she messaged me that other night. It was a rain survey when I said that he had been beaten on her. She called me around 5 o'clock that morning. She said she was very confused, that she didn't know what was going on, that front door was open, that his car was still crunk, everything. That the door was open? Yeah. We come back and she felt she was still drunk. She fell asleep on the couch. And I really feel like she was coming off of something. You ain't just gonna sit here and make yourself shake for no reason.
Right.
I really felt like she was trying to hide something from me.
This description of Nicole's demeanor sounded eerily familiar to how she behaved in the interview room earlier. According to Misty, Nicole was visibly shaking, nervous, and clearly on edge, as if she was hiding something. Whatever Nicole had seen or knew clearly made her unstable, possibly explaining her sudden seizure and fainting earlier that day. But what detectives quickly realized was that Misty herself knew far more than she initially let on, and for reasons of her own, she decided to drop the biggest bombshell yet.
Let me ask you this. When did she tell you about Daniel?
She told me that she had made a phone call.
Schweppes White Peach. Das ist der Geschmack reifer Pfirsiche. Let's live peachy. Pur oder im Mix. Mit Schweppes White Peach. Jetzt probieren. Gemixt mit Sekt als White Peach Spritz.
And what? Get rid of that. She also said she wants him dead, but then she don't want him dead. She walks in my front door and was like, "Niecy, hit me in my eye." I said, "Do what?" "Hit me in my eye." I said, "No, I'm not doing that. Because that's not me. I don't have nothing. I have no record. Like, I've been good my whole life. So no, that's not me." She said she needs an alibi.
Detectives now had a testimony supporting their suspicions that Nicole was at the house around the time Daniel was killed. Even worse, Nicole supposedly made some phone calls to, quote, take Daniel out. Not only had she likely witnessed the murder, but she may have even coordinated it. It was time to find Nicole. This time, there would be no walking away.
How are you?
Oh, wow, okay.
The next day, investigators set up a meeting with Nicole at her sister's house, prepared to see just how much her story would hold up under pressure. The goal was to pressure her into revealing the names of the people she called that night, and what exactly she had told them.
All right, here's the deal. You know why we're here?
Yes, ma'am. Then, unfortunately, what are we here for? Daniel, and him not being here anymore. And y'all suspect because of the fact that me and him have been fussing and fighting and stuff so much lately that I may have had something to do with it, and I swear I don't. I mean, I've told him at times, yeah, you're going to keep on beat your ass or some shit like that, but I swear I've never put my hands on him. The furthest I've done, I pushed him back.
Gonna end the video.
And now,
yeah, thanks for watching,
Although
and
detectives hadn't
don't
openly
leave that
accused Nicole of
in
anything
the
yet, she
comments.